Dario and I'm Sabiha Samar. Here are today's top stories. Trade turnover between Uzbekistan and China has reached nearly $6 billion in 2024, a 31.1% increase since 2022. In 2022, the trade turnover was set at $4.5 billion, with Uzbekistan's exports amounting to $1.2 billion and imports at $3.3 billion. This significant growth is driven by increased Chinese investments, high-level business forums, and the development of transport corridors like the China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan route, which also improved connectivity and trade potential. In 2023, trade turnover rose by 17.8% to $5.3 billion, with imports from China surging by 27.3% to $4.2 billion. By 2024, total trade turnover further increased to $5.9 billion, marking an 11.3% increase from 2023. Uzbekistan primarily exports petroleum gas, refined copper, and non-retail pure cotton yarn to China, while China exports cars, broadcasting equipment, and stone processing machines to Uzbekistan. Agriculture remains vital, with over 1 million tons of fruits and vegetables exported in the first half of 2024, and China being a key market. Industrial goods imports also saw a rise, with China supplying 31.1% of the total. Currently, over 2,000 enterprises operate with Chinese investments in Uzbekistan, with prominent companies such as Huawei, ZTE, and Sinotruck leading the way. The Asian Development Bank and the Kazakhstan Electricity Grid Operating Company have secured a significant agreement to enhance Kazakhstan's power grid. The agreement, worth $123 million, will fund the expansion of Kazakhstan's high-voltage transmission network in the southern region, aiming to integrate large-scale renewable energy sources into the grid and improving energy security and stability. The financing will be allocated for constructing 500 kV overhead transmission lines and modernizing the Shu, Jambil, and Shimkin 500 kV substations. These upgrades are expected to boost transmission capacity by 75%, mitigate overloading issues, and reduce transmission losses. Suzanne Gaburi, ADB Director General for Private Sector Operations, stated, ADB's collaboration with KEGOC will play a crucial role in helping Kazakhstan meet its net zero emission goals. By advancing the energy transition and renewable energy targets, this project will modernize the grid, reduce power transmission losses, and address economically harmful outages. Gaburi also emphasized the importance of promoting gender-inclusive workplace practices and offering capacity building and technical advice on integrating renewable energy into the grid. President of Kyrgyzstan, Sadir Japarov, has inaugurated the Kainama small hydroelectric power plant during his working visit to the Jalalabad region on July 22nd. The construction of the Kainama hydroelectric power plant, located in Toktogul district in Kyrgyzstan, began in November 2023 and was completed in 2024. The plant, featuring 2 hydro units with a combined capacity of 9.6 megawatt, marks a significant advancement for the national energy sector. President Japarov congratulated the local community on the project's completion, emphasizing its importance in addressing long-standing energy challenges. He highlighted the government's commitment to building more hydroelectric power stations to enhance the country's energy infrastructure and urged business leaders and investors to support future energy projects. The Kainama project represents a $9.3 million investment and is expected to be a major economic contributor in the Toktogul district, with an annual energy production of 39.2 million kilowatt-hours. President Japarov also discussed the potential for expanding Kyrgyzstan's hydroelectric capacity, mentioning ongoing and planned projects in the Ortotokoi and Papan reservoirs. Uzbekistan is set to expand its electrical products exports to the Middle East, South Asia, and Europe. As announced by Mahmoud El Mahmudov, the economic counselor at the Embassy of Uzbekistan in Qatar. This expansion is in line with the Generalized Scheme of Preferences Plus trade regime, which offers Uzbekistan favorable trade conditions. The Uzbekistan 2030 strategy, adopted in September 2023, aims to fulfill the development strategy of New Uzbekistan. Key goals include boosting copper processing in the electrical engineering sector to 300,000 tons annually and increasing the localization of manufactured products to an average of 65%. Uzbekistan's electrical manufacturing sector comprises approximately of 1,000 enterprises, primarily small, producing over 2,000 types of product. The sector employs more than 35,000 people, with 76 large producers among them, including manufacturers of electrical wires and cables, household appliances, and power transformers. The development strategy of New Uzbekistan for 2022-2026 targets a 1.4-fold increase in industrial production by 2026, with a focus on doubling high-volume added products in the electrical engineering sector and tripling exports. Recent measures have attracted $935 million in investments over the past 7 years, including $400 million in foreign direct investments. Additionally, 260 new investment projects worth over $800 million have been launched, creating over 13,000 new jobs. From 2017 to 2023, the production volume in the electrical engineering sector grew 7.1 times to $1.98 billion. Exports of electrical products also surged, growing 5.5 times to over $1 billion. In Afghanistan, more than 17,000 babies and young children in Kandahar have received life-saving treatment for severe acute malnutrition, thanks to the coordinated humanitarian relief effort funded by the Islamic Development Bank and other partners. Over the past year, around 16,000 cartons of ready-to-use therapeutic food were distributed, with the project costing over $900,000. The King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center funded the project through the Afghanistan Humanitarian Trust Fund, managed by the Islamic Development Bank in collaboration with UNICEF. The Afghanistan Humanitarian Trust Fund, overseen by the Islamic Development Bank, was established to channel humanitarian aid, address essential needs, and foster self-reliance and development in Afghanistan. This initiative followed a decision by the Organization of Islamic Cooperation Council of Foreign Ministers during their 17th extraordinary session in December 2021. From May 2023 to May 2024, 17,543 children received treatment, achieving an 86% cure rate and a death rate of less than 0.2%. Despite challenges, this effort has significantly improved the health of thousands of children, providing them with a chance to thrive. That's all for today's news. Stay tuned for more updates.